Wait, what's left then? There's just you. What's going on with Cynthia? I'm so confused. Where could you have ended up? You went into the thing. In fact, like, we've got so many more rooms covered, like, completed now. So, Cynthia, you went down into the thing. You didn't go to the boathouse. You didn't go to the clubhouse. You didn't go into the companionway. So what did you do? Okay, we'll just have to figure out where you are based on what's not complete. Bones room, chapel. You're not still in the chapel. What? Ugh, that kind of sucks. You're literally saying she's going somewhere else. And then next scene, oh no, she's back here. Not a fan of that. Okay. Cynthia Seville re-emerges from the trapdoor, dragging a heavy wooden crate. She pries it open. Inside, covered in dust, are hail rockets. The hail rockets were a series of rockets developed by the British. They were designed to be launched from the ground and were used to attack Japanese positions. The hail rockets were a formidable weapon and were used by the British in many battles. So I just got the achievement saying that I got all the glossary items. So I guess that's unlocked a glossary thing. Yes. Somewhere. Wait, it did? Hail rockets? What did it unlock? Was it this? I don't think I've read this, have I? The Japanese invasion of Borneo began on 16th December 1941, just 9 days after the attack on Pearl Harbor. It was a swift, calculated strike aimed at the island's most valuable assets like oil and rubber. The timeline of the invasion. The Japanese used a stepping stone strategy, landing on the west coast and moving towards the administrative centers. 16th December 1941, the first landings at Miri and Seri, the oil hubs. The British and Dutch had already begun their denial scheme, setting the oil wells on fire so the Japanese couldn't use them immediately. 25th of December, a lovely Christmas day. Kuching, the capital of Sarawak, fell on Christmas Day. Okay, it mentions that. 1st of January, the Japanese landed on Labuan Island. 19th of January, Sandakan was officially surrendered by Governor Robert Smith. Did people see it coming? The answer is a mix of high-level dread and civilian denial, but the government knew. The British and Dutch governments knew an invasion was likely by late 1940. However, they also knew they couldn't stop it. The British decided that North Borneo was undefendable. Indefensible? I guess that might imply something else. They sent a single, inexperienced regiment and essentially told the governor of North Borneo that his police was only for internal security and not for fighting a Japanese army. For years leading up to 1941, the Japanese conducted a form of peaceful penetration of Borneo through a set of spies called the Fifth Column. While this was true, the myth that arose after the war that many of the local Japanese workers were actually intelligence agents is not true. What was well documented and accurate, however, was that Japanese fishing fleets in the Sulu Sea were frequently manned by Japanese naval officers who were charting the coves for invasion ships. Japanese intelligence activity before 1941 was real but limited. The rapid conquest of Borneo owed more to their allied strategic neglect, lack of air and naval defences, and Japan's momentum than to all-seeing Fifth Column. On the plantations, many British plantation owners lived in a state of willful ignorance. They saw the news from the war in Europe, but the idea of non-European powers successfully invading their tropical stronghold seemed impossible to many. When the news of Pearl Harbor broke, the mood shifted from leisurely to terrified almost overnight. The most vivid sign that the invasion had arrived, even for people who hadn't seen a Japanese soldier yet, was the smoke. As part of their retreat, the British and Dutch blew up the oil refineries and set the wells at Miri and Balikpapan on fire. For weeks, the sky over Borneo was stained black. To the locals and plantation owners, this black rain of soot was the literal end of the old world. For the average resident, the actual arrival of the Japanese felt shockingly fast. In Sandakan, the Japanese didn't arrive in massive warships. They slipped into the harbour using small fishing boats and local craft they had seized along the coast. One day, a woman might be having her evening sundown on the veranda, and the next, she was being told by a Japanese officer that her house now belonged to the Imperial Japanese Army. The transition from the 1930s paradise to military occupation happened in the span of a few hours for most towns. Okay. I've not read this yet, right? No. Okay, we just got that from this. God bless the British paranoia. She rushes to the window. Down below, Lucas Sterling and Rose Goodwill have surfaced and are swimming towards the boathouse. The Japanese soldiers are lining up up on the shore, taking aim at the helpless swimmers. They're sitting ducks, not on my watch. She heaves one of the rockets onto the windowsill. It's an old, crude missile, heavy and rusted. She strikes a match against the stone wall and lights the fuse. Fire in the hole! The rocket hisses, sparks flying, then screeches out of the window in a powerful blast. It streaks down towards the beach, slamming into the sand right in front of the Japanese squad. Sand and shrapnel spray everywhere. The soldiers scatter, diving for cover, visibly shaken by an unexpected artillery. Ha! She reaches for another, but the crate is empty. Damn, there was really only one. Bullets start chipping the stone around the window. Great, now I'm the sitting duck. She crawls back inside the chapel as a hail of lead hammers the exterior. It's like, lead hammers? As a hail of lead hammers the exterior. That's another one of those, like, well, that's a valid expression. So it's, like, easy to read it like that. Okay, so you're still in the chapel, though. Cynthia Seville is pinned down in the chapel. Well, you could go down the thing again, right? Stone chips flying as bullets strafe the interior. She risks a glance out the window and sees the raft pushing off from the boathouse. Go on, get out of here. She checks her revolver, 2 rounds left. I could make a run for it, try to swim. She looks at the beach, swarming with soldiers. Who am I kidding? I'd be cut to ribbons before I hit the water. She sighs and slumps against the wall. Well, Cynthia, you wanted a more exciting life than drafting wills. Be careful what you wish for. She grips the revolver tight. Wait. Okay. What's she doing? Right, let's make the king proud. Why is she not going into the thing? The secret companionway. She stands up preparing for a final charge, but her moment of heroism is cut short as a distant sound cuts through the gunfire. Sirens, boat sirens. She looks out the window. Rounding the headland are the sleek white cutters of the armed constabulary, and behind them a line of grey warships. Laughing in disbelief, the cavalry, the bloody navy is here. She sinks to the floor, laughing tears of relief as the heavy guns of the destroyers begin to thunder. Okay, where are we in line with everybody else? Okay, they're just about to get to Lucas's boats. Okay, so she might survive just waiting in this chapel here. Why is she not hiding in the thing? The gunfire has ceased, replaced... Oh, my instincts tell me... Okay, so that's the chapel done. But the orderly shouting of naval officers as they unboard... wait, what's the actual word for that? You board well, this is for trains. You board a train and you... What's the other word? You only ever hear it at train stations. Well, I mean, I guess you, like, for a boat you would disembark, I think. There's another word that I'm thinking of that I can't quite, it's not coming to my mind, whatever. Cynthia Seville walks out of the chapel into the morning sun, holstering her revolver. She looks out over the estates. The fires are being brought under control, but the scars on the land are permanent. She reaches into her pocket for her cigarette case, her fingers brushing against something smooth and round. She pulls it out as a single perfect pearl. Okay, there's a pearl. The red swirl inside it catches the light, glowing like a dying ember. She rolls it between her fingers, thoughtful. A souvenir, lest we forget. So something that's interesting here is I kind of think the stuff with Babylonian Antel was meant to be like the closing chapter here, but because of the awkwardness of her going down out of the chapel and then being back in the chapel, I've actually not... I've ended up leaving this until last, which I feel like isn't meant to be the last thing to discover. But whatever, I guess. Or like, I'm sure it's designed so that, you know, it's intentional that you could discover things in different orders, but there's a kind of like, oh, ideally you like encounter this bit last, I think, is the impression I'm getting. Because not like doing that stuff helped me unlock this, except by like narrowing down locations, but... she slips the pearl back into her pocket and lights a cigarette. A Navy officer approaches her, a hand on his holster. Exhaling a cloud of smoke. Relax, Lieutenant. I am Cynthia Seville, MI5. I have all the information about what transpired here tonight, but first I need to clean myself up. Then I will debrief you. She walks past the stunned officer towards the watch house, head held high. The commander by the veranda is not shocked as easily. You go clean up and meet me at 10 a.m. sharp for a debriefing. Cynthia Seville pretends to ignore him, but smiles as she continues walking to the wash house. So she's gone to the wash house? Which is where, sorry? In the guest house, was it? I think it was. Okay, yeah, we're still not done with you. Guest house. Oh, wait, oh, next to the scene though. think it was at the guest house? Yep. Since Seville looks around the estate, okay, everything's done here. Watching the Navy officers rebuke the last of the Japanese soldiers back to the jungle. The sound of gunfire dissipating and slowing down as they regain control of the plantation. Young soldiers are running around attempting to quell the clubhouse fire, while the tobacco drying sheds by the railway are but a smouldering wreck now. Cynthia Seville enters the wash house and sits down next to the Shanghai jar. She dips her head in, the cool water washing away the exhaustion on her face. She carefully places the pearl on a countertop as she gets undressed. I shall leave her there, to the solitude of the ladle bath, contemplating her fate and the fate of her comrades as she attempts to wash the soot of Borneo from her skin. Wait, so we're done with her? No. Apparently not. Right? It's just not updated. No, there's still more. I shall leave her there. To the solitude of the ladle. I don't follow. You're saying you'll leave her there? Do you mean just for this scene and then we're gonna go somewhere else? But where does she go next? I mean, what places still have... well, she's got the pearl. I mean, I can't just like... I think, yeah, some things like making me feel like a better use of the items in some way would be as a way of like scanning locations to find out like where an item is. Like, I want some way of narrowing down locations, maybe? I don't know. But okay, but we're done with this location. We just need to know where she went next. Probably not the railway. Probably not Bones' room. Probably not the... I mean, maybe the clubhouse? We could try. I don't think we have a clue about where she would have gone, because like everybody else's story is ended here, so I guess I just gotta keep going. Did she say something to you about where she would be? 10 a.m. sharp. Oh, okay, I see. Meet me at 10 a.m. sharp. Where? We're back at the chapel? That would be weird. But I guess we could try it? No. Meet you where? Bones room, no. Jungle entrance, no. Railway, no. Study, unlikely. Veranda, work. These all feel unlikely. Oh, can I follow the pearl here? I mean, I could do, but it's the same as guessing you. That's the issue, is that it's exactly the same as just guessing whether you're here, so I might as well just guess. I mean, let's assign the pearl. Are we saying that you're the owner? I guess? Yeah, exactly. It is. I agree with that statement. It's an awkwardly fuzzy mechanic, but whatever. Not that it helps me though, because I'm just going to be guessing Cynthia. So you're not here. You're at the veranda. No. Oh, but there is something happening here. Pearl. Not the pearl. There's something happening at the veranda now? What? There's only you left. And it's not you. Unless the pearl has been left there. You have this on you as well. Yeah, none of that works. Weird. What else is in the veranda? Like nothing. What was the last thing to happen in the veranda? This. Did anybody drop an item or something? But no, weird. Very odd. Okay, so we're back to you again. So this time, but somewhere else. Worker quarters. Why would it be there? It's not there. Where are you at? So veranda, pearl, nothing. You, nothing. How can it be incorrect though? Like, who else is here? Do we have another character? I assume not. Need to actually pick stuff. Railway, jungle entrance. Where have you gone? Well, no, this is gone. Bones room. What? I don't understand. I've tried everything. Is there another character? Can I somehow get the other person's name from this scene? I don't think so. Why? But I've checked for you everywhere. Did she leave the pearl? No, she probably picked it up. She was a souvenir. She's taking it with her. Then I don't understand. Literally, oh wait, hold on. Go back to the rooms. There's only two options. Wait, so these both do have something going on in them? They do both have something going on in them. But the pearl is in neither. What about the biohazard sample, which I think you still have? And Cynthia's in neither. Well, she might be in them, but it's just not just her. But what the heck? How are we supposed to get another person? What? Well, there's still a 1 there. What? Okay. There is? Oh, by the verandas, not shocked as easily. Oh, okay, so you are telling me it's the veranda, but I don't know who you are. Okay, so you're at the veranda. Do we have another item she's got? Okay, so I guess I missed that. No, the pearls were like thrown on the floor, weren't they? I might just kind of click everything, honestly. The pearl is not here. That's not here. Nope. Literally nothing. Okay. Wait, I'm not at the right time. That's why. I guess, so yeah, biohazard sample is one thing you have, and then pearl is another thing you have. Neither of them show up. Confused I am. What could I possibly do right now? Is there a name in here? No. Oh, what about on that other thing we got? This one? No. I don't think you've got any of these other items, but I don't remember, so this is, sorry, I'm just going to click through them. Yeah, nothing. Okay. How am I supposed to move forwards? We would need your name? Why is it that we can like see the shaman's face when but we can't see your face? Like that flash of light is the key somehow? Commanded by the veranda. It's a nice rhyming name. Commanded by the veranda. It's not shocked as easily. Okay, what do I do? Yeah, the veranda's not done. Is anything given to you or something? I don't think so. Is there something else happening in the veranda at this time? Was something dropped on the floor? I don't know. Oh, nothing's at this time. Okay. The previous time, is there something? No. Okay, so there's just something here in the veranda. I'm somehow supposed to be able to assign a person to it. Huh? Explain. Oh, actually not here. Oh, the next one, right? Although, it seems like there's got to be another person. Thing happens then. I'm confused. La 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 la. What's happening here? Who's this? Guest house. Cynthia. Yes, of course. Did I miss something from this? And that guy's just hanging in the veranda while people are still fighting. Sure. Classic, what were they? Captain something? I don't know. Young soldiers running around attempting to quell the clubhouse fire. I shall leave her there to the solitude of the ladle back on. That sounds like it's wrapping up her story, but I guess not. What are you wanting me to do, game? I don't understand. And there's also something in the study at this time, because it doesn't grey out. How? I should probably wrap things up. I mean, I was sort of thinking this would wrap up the game in some way. Huh? Is this the bonus content? I don't understand what the concept of the bonus content is. Is it... Is it like extra stuff to do with these, like, the Navy officers or whatever? But what? Study? There was stuff left in the study, like no, maybe that was left on the ground. The lighter was put back in your pocket. Yes, there we go. Superior officer lifts the shiny object from the pocket. It's the lighter. He whistles. That's a nice Dunhill, gold-plated. Superior officer pockets the lighter and walks out of the room. Okay, so then the officer's got a lighter. So where have you gone? Not back to the veranda. This is somebody else. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, well that's something, I guess. Well, almost everything else is like grayed out. So where's the lighter go? Not here. Walks out. That's all we're getting. Out of the study to where? Ah, what? Something has stirred in my mind's eye to check it out. Why is that suddenly happening as soon as I get to the map? What? What is this? The next step, unlock the journey. The web of memories is complete. I can feel the resonance strengthening. It's pulling me beyond the island. This is the bonus content. The survivors, Lucas, Loon, and Rose. I can see their path. They didn't just escape. They endured a long, harrowing journey back to England. I've unlocked a new pathway. It maps their return voyage. I can now follow them across the sea. Yeah, okay. This is bonus content, and it might be something I leave for another time. I guess I would like to like wrap this up though. Especially given that it doesn't seem like this is meant to be like, it's not the bonus content. It wasn't contingent on like doing that stuff with the shaman. So like, it was just from following Cynthia along. So we know you've got the lighter here, but we don't know who you are. We don't know where you've gone after that as well. In theory, you're in one of the places, but you're not in the study because you just left, right? Yes. I mean, why would you have gone to any of these places? Veranda, it doesn't have anything now. Jungle entrance. Could there be something happening here? I mean, something's got to happen somewhere along here. With somebody. Like, is there another item left behind here somehow? I didn't think so. I can't think of anything. Oh, except, hold on. You dropped the croquet mallet somewhere? That was somewhere else. But actually, where was that? That was right before you ran towards, where are you? Epic Bonfire. In the study. Drops the croquet mallet, yes. So is there something else I can get from that? Not here, but maybe later on. No. Okay. But maybe there's something in this scene. No. Okay. Just try to wrap things up. Where are you, Cynthia? I guess you're with those other people. I need to find out who they are. So I need to somehow follow that lighter. I mean, I guess we just try everywhere. Not here. Clubhouse is burnt down, so it doesn't really exist anymore. Oh, there's something happening here, though. The light is not here. Is Cynthia here? No. Okay, I'm definitely doing a lot of guessing right now, but I'm just trying to clear it out. Wait, so my only other option for the light is Bones' room? Okay, well then that's confusing. I've tested everywhere. Clubhouse and jungle entrance are my only two places where... Wait, did I test the light out here? Oh, in fact, so nothing's happening at the... So, Wait, Clubhouse is the only one. But we don't know who's there, and the light is not there. And Cynthia's not there. Is the pearl there? No. Oh, was anything left here? Let's have a look. Where are we? Clubhouse. Well, it's been blown up. Not really. Everything's blown up. Destroyed. What am I doing? This apparently leads to something else. The pearl. Does she take the pearl with her? I'm confused. I'm so confused. And you want to meet at the veranda, but I don't have you. I mean, the light wouldn't be here unless you're in two places at once. No. I'm pretty sure I tested everything else. The pearl's not here. What are you asking? I don't understand. Like, all I can do is follow this, I guess. But I'm just be guessing at random rooms. Is the lighter in the veranda at this point? Nope. Lighter was here. Walks out of the room. To where? The lighter literally isn't anywhere. It's not there. It's nowhere else. Maybe that officer's just gone? But then there's got to be a reason for this, right? There's no name it gives me or anything like that. Cynthia's not here. Revolver's not an item we can look at. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. We know it's here where something happens because it says this thing. It's not just you. My worry is that the end, this bit is just like a slightly annoying bit, and we're going to end on a slightly annoying bit. 10 o'clock. Somebody's here, but who? Like, literally the only thing I can do is follow characters I know, or items I know. So, where have you got to? Oh, wait, the times aren't aligned properly. Oh. Ugh. They're getting slightly more and more offset, so I think this is 10 o'clock? Yeah, this is 10 o'clock. So you're supposed to be at the veranda, and you're supposed to have this pearl with you, so that's something I don't understand. And you don't have anything else with you, apparently. So we've tested everything already. I'm confused. I am confused. I am confused. And we have a number of locations that haven't grayed themselves out. What? What on earth can I follow? We were given the pearl. But then she just like puts it down in the guest house. But the guest house is done. So she must have picked it up again. So the pearl must show up somewhere, right? We can just like search for it, I guess. Where am I right now? So wait, so something does happen in the workers' quarters here as well. Lighter? Nope. What else happened in the workers' quarters? Nothing. Well, I mean, stuff happens, but are the binoculars somehow back? That'd be surprising. What's going on? I don't understand. Do you still have that on you? I think you do. Or did you give it to somebody? I don't have a good way of like looking at the timeline of an item. Once again, that'd be a nice thing on here. So something must happen in Bones' room at some point, but I don't have any reason to think it would be now. I assume you mean you want to meet at the veranda at 10 o'clock, so she must be there, but I need another person's name. How do I get that other person's name? I don't know. It could be like the shaman, maybe like they see themselves in a mirror and they get to see their face, and that gives me their name somehow. Oh, this is kind of painful. Why? I always dislike it when a game ends with a painful bit. Yeah, we know. We know. But now what? Did anything else happen in this room with the lighter? Let's see why it would do, but... Yep, nothing. Where's the lighter got to? Does nothing happen in Bones' room? What's the point? How do I make any progression? So you're in the chapel here. You leave. The only item we've given is a pearl. You've apparently had on you this whole time. But we've got everything for you from earlier on, so it's not like we need to track you down. I guess you just had a spare pearl, because you did have that collection of pearls, didn't you, earlier, I think. Just put it back into a pocket, nice cigarettes. We've been given the pearl for a reason, so I guess I just have to search for the But haven't I searched for the pearl everywhere already? And we're expecting it to be in the veranda at 10 o'clock. Veranda. Pearl. Nothing. Maybe she's late. I mean, those are literally the only two things. So where is she? She's left the pearl behind? I am confused. Guest house. Yes. What is going on? What else do you have on you? I don't know. Did she pick up the pouch while she was there? I guess that opium pipe's in the study, right? So, nothing. What is this? I've got nothing to go on. I've just got this pearl. I somehow get this person's name. Don't come back in any way. Nope. I mean, I could just do this across everything. Do they all convene at here? At some point? Looks like no. I mean, I'm literally just trying every option at this point, I guess. Workers' quarters, you here? Oh, sorry, didn't mean that. So something is there, but not that. I presume it's not the pearl. Yeah. I assume you're not just here by yourself. Nope. So something is there. Railway. The lighter must end up somewhere, right? So something happens here. At the railway. At the end. Okay. Where's that lighter? Here. Okay. At least I've got something to read. Superior officer and his lieutenant arrived by the perimeter fence. They're greeted there by a man and his escort of Iban warriors. The Iban warriors were the most legendary and feared warriors in the Malay archipelago. While the British and Dutch brought steamships and telegraphs, the Iban remained the masters of the Borneo landscape, a people whose culture was built on the river and the tradition of jungle warfare. Traditional loincloths painted in, tattoos, and armed with modern rifles and ancient curved swords. Dear Raja, we didn't expect to see the Sarawak flag this far north. This is a chartered company land. What brings you over the border? We've repelled the first wave, sir. The Navy has the coast under a watchful eye and the mist is dissipating. It's a bit hairy, but we're holding the line. You can't be serious. Are you trying to just march in here and take over company property in the middle of a war, sir? You're not here to protect anything. You're here for your own interests. Superior officer and his lieutenant walked back towards the plantation. Towards the plantation. The man's a ghost from the 19th century and he's still trying to... Where are we right now? Jungle entrance, okay. I don't know how we've ended up here. I guess I was just trialing and erroring my way through. The man's a ghost from the 19th century and he's still trying to outmaneuver the Admiralty. We don't need any more bloodshed and we know the island is lost. There is no sense in squabbling over cinders. Let him take over the plantation and its ghosts. It will be a short-lived victory by the time the Japanese have regained their second wind and return in force. Okay. Okay. Now what? So who got here? Who was here? Arrived by the perimeter fence. So they must have been somewhere else? Why is that just like vanished for a bit? Unless it's at the clubhouse. It's not at the clubhouse. Unless it's at the jungle entrance. No, they just arrived there. I'm so confused. What am I supposed to be going off of here? Is the pearl here? No. Something's here, apparently. There's definitely a feeling of like, well, I just want to wrap this up. I want it to be wrapped up. And it's thrown this thing at me where it's like, well, it doesn't feel like there's a lead. We don't know your name. We have an item for you. We've got a pearl, but the pearl doesn't seem to be where we'd expect it to be. We'd expect it to be in the veranda. I mean, I guess you haven't left? Oh no, you have. Walk back towards the plantation. Where to? Where to? We've tried that one already, so I mean, it has to be the clubhouse? Nope, there's nothing happening there. But we already tried the lighter at the railway, nothing. I'm confused. And it's not like it doesn't have to have interacted with the lighter, because the lighter's not even mentioned here. So as long as the lighter is there, it counts somehow. For like, there's no like lighting a cigarette or anything. Nope, nothing. So then where the heck is the lighter between then and there? This is another location we get, I guess. Like, did we get the Navy boats or something? I'm very confused. What am I supposed to be doing? I'm checking this for a reason that's to do with another game, and I don't want to say what the other game is because it would be spoilers for the other game. But yeah, I don't think it's helping me though. It's awkward that you have to go scroll to the bottom of that to close it. What? I don't know if I tested this, but I mean, it won't have that in it. It does have something in it. This does not. I almost wanted to just like grey out the like, I mean, effectively that's what I'm doing manually. It's like greying out all these locations. This has something in it as well. Where's she gone? Is she gone here? Nope. So something here and here. What items are left in the clubhouse? Nothing, because it's blown up. It's gone. There's 3 scenes here. You're not going to be there. There are 3 scenes here? I'm so confused. Do we add on like all these extra people? Somehow? I don't understand why she's not at the veranda at 10 AM. Isn't that literally the idea? It's the only other place we've not got something. And you're apparently not there with your pearl. That is your pearl. You're not there with any other item either. Oh, it was like feeling so good when we were doing the other stuff. This stuff here. It should have ended after that. This bit feels silly and unnecessary. I don't know what I'm supposed to be working from here. I know you're around somewhere. I don't know if you're ever by yourself somewhere or not. I mean, we could just... I mean, by now we've probably narrowed down exactly what scenes are happening in what places. Like, there's a scene happening in the clubhouse here. they go from the veranda to the clubhouse. But for whatever reason, the light is not there. And then something's happened in the clubhouse for 3 hours. And then somebody does separately go to the workers' quarters, where the lighter is also not there. In the next hour, somebody separately goes to the jungle entrance, I think, unless we haven't done this one. No, yeah, somebody's here. Not you though, right? Nope, not you. Oh, yes, you. Okay, whatever, we'll take it. Cynthia Seville makes her way through the bushes to find Ace's body lying there. She drops to a crouch beside the girl. She reaches out and closes Ace's eyes shut. Poor girl, you're a long way from the kitchen. I wonder what you were doing all the way... Like, part of me is wondering, am I supposed to, like, know their names already somehow from something earlier? And I just somehow missed that? Poor girl, you're a long way from the kitchen. I wonder what you were doing all the way up here. Wow, what a thing to say. Get back in the kitchen while you're dead. Jeez. That's awful. As she stands, Cynthia Seville gets a glimpse of an unusual colour further down the brush. What's this then? Cynthia Seville... Oh my gosh, we've got another mist report. Pushes a few branches out of the way and finds Babylon's Oh no, it's the one that you had. Body slumped against a tree trunk riddled in bullet holes. She pats the body and finds the mist report tucked into his trousers. She takes a quick glance at it. Well, that's a spot of luck. Maybe not everything was a total washout after all. It's also weird that the mist report is a document but not an item. Surely you'd be able to track that. She slides the report under her shirt and gently picks Asia's lifeless body in her arms. Picks up in her arms. Time to say the final goodbyes. As Cynthia Seville makes her way down the hill, a group of men led by an imposing figure can be seen in the background arriving on a steam engine. What? Where? In the background, on the steamer at the railway? Imposing figure. So did we see that there was something happening at the railway now? In 2 hours. In fact, there's something happening here now with the lighter? Was it? So you're here. Lighter. Yes. Right, this is the imposing man. They've arrived and they've come here. Okay. And the officer's here. So where's the officer at this time? We know you're there. Can't do this, right? That wouldn't make sense. No, because we know the other characters are there. So hold on, back to this view. So we've got 3 hours where we're not sure where you are. But you might be with other people during that time, is the issue. However, here you're by yourself. So where were you prior to that? Well, at 10 AM you were apparently supposed to be meeting somebody, but you didn't. But were you at the clubhouse prior to that? No. Were you... Well, that's... Other than that, only the workers' quarters is where you can be. Okay, so you're with somebody else. But you don't have the pearl with you? I'm confused about you not having the pearl with you. It was your souvenir. You said that. I'm so confused. Do you have anything else with you? I can't remember what else you have with you. And also, seemingly it doesn't always work. Anyway. Like... Am I supposed to somehow have their names? I'm confused. I'm so confused. And this is a scene, but... Oh no, it's not a scene. Okay, we just haven't cleared that one out. Okay. So she must be at the railway next, I guess. But not, at least not by herself. Does she have the pearl with her? No. Is the guy with the lighter here? No. This is just... What? What am I doing? Oh, I'm not hoping it's not something I've just thought of. Do you get information by clicking on that complete investigation button? Is that not an end the game thing? Where was that? I don't remember where that was. On here? Here. I don't, Mr. Goodwill. The truth is finally laid bare. She survived that night. She escaped the plantation. I'm hoping she found a new life here in England. Oh no, that does end the game. Oh, I'm confused. I'm so confused. I mean, maybe there's a follow-up to the credits that then gives me information? It's still possible, but not great if that is the case. Maybe it might not be the case. I might just be missing something else still. Duffy will be back. That faded out very suddenly. Oh, I'm confused. There's nothing post credits. Nope, we're just back here. Okay. So there's something else I'm missing. What? That wasn't the name I just didn't click on. So apparently you have two. Does AC have something on there still? Down the hill. She's leaving now, but there's still a scene. So the person with the lighter shows up. Here at the jungle entrance. That's confusing. Where's the lighter before this? Not here, anywhere. I've already tested all these. I don't think you even had the lighter until... No, you got the lighter here. Yep. What is happening? I don't understand why the pearl doesn't show up here. There's a clue saying, meet me at the veranda at 10 o'clock. She's got an item, which is the pearl. How is that not this? Apparently there's also a thing here, but we don't have any people, so yeah, like... Veranda, what else was here? I mean, that's just every item. I don't know what was here. It's easy to just check everything. Nothing. Okay. And there's something happening in the workers' quarters now as well? No, okay. I just hadn't checked it. Anything happening here now? No. Anything happening here now? No. I just want to clear it out because I need to be able to focus. So everything up to this point, I think I've checked them all. So there's things happening in all the spaces that are empty. Maybe not this one, actually. Yeah, okay. But the veranda, there is something happening here. There's a guy here. But we don't have any of his things. We don't know who he is. What do I do about that? What do I do about that? I don't understand why I can't trace the pearl. Surely that is the item that you've given me. To help trace her. Yeah, it doesn't appear in any scene. I've literally checked them all, right? After you left the guest house. Pearl here. We're going to check them all again just in case. pearl. Not here. And then after that, we've got these ones. There's only one in this thing. There's two in this one, I believe. Not here. Not here. Oh, sorry, that's the other one. No. And then there's two in this one. We've already done that one, so we know where you were. So, well, I'm going to check the pearl here in case you gave it to somebody else, I guess. Then for this one, well, we know it's the lighter that's here, but maybe the pearl is here too. Nope. And then there's this. What was the point of giving me the pearl? I don't understand. I do not understand. Did they put it in your pocket? That doesn't make any sense. She hasn't met them yet. What? Why doesn't the lighter show up in any other places as well? I'm so confused. Back to the start of the game again. That feeling. And still something happens in Bones' room somewhere. That's not where they sleep anymore, actually. Something happens back here? Or maybe it's just like all grey. I might actually do this as to check if that's true. Is it all grey? If it's all grey, what the heck? It's all grey. What? Okay, so the location exists, it's all grey, and it doesn't do the thing that every other room does when you've identified every scene in a location. Because I've identified every scene in a location, all 0 of them, so it should just go grey automatically. Okay, well, at least that's cleared out. Because I was like, I don't understand why anything would be happening in Bones' room. I don't get how to progress. I don't understand. There's no clues to anything. There are potentially items left in some of the rooms, but finding that out is a pain in the ass. The clubhouse doesn't exist anymore. Where were the binoculars last used? I guess what's-his-face had them. Right? Lucas Sterling. Lucas Sterling's gone. So, not that. Key to the passageway? Who had that last? I guess the guy had it? No. This guy had it. Sorry. Wrong list. This guy had it. No, not you. Sorry, the other one. You. Key, yeah, he's got it in his pocket. Okay, so you've got that. Other items. The biohazard sample's still going around somewhere, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure who's got it. Do you appear by yourself anywhere else? Here? Nope. And you don't have the pearl with you, I don't understand. This is just making me not feel like I don't understand the mechanics of the game again. But I'm at the end of the game. You're not here. You're supposed to be in the veranda. Oh no, this is the veranda. You're supposed to be here. You are here. But with other people that I don't have the name of. And how would I suddenly get the name of these people? That's the trouble here, is I don't have like a thread to pull on. Apparently I should know, I should be able to find out the name of these people, but like what would be some mechanism to get that? I Don't know. For the shaman, it was pretty random. It just like suddenly. Well, I guess I had their name. Did I? I think I'd probably seen that name somewhere, but. Wait. What? Here it is? And. That's so random. That doesn't make any sense. We've already encountered the misreport, and the time I clicked it then, it was a thing that popped up with this, and now it's an item. And I did mention it's like weird that it's not an item as well. It does that it is an item, but only when you click it in this place and not in the other place. I'm mad. Okay, but that means we can follow that around. Somehow. But you're not here still, right? You've left. Well, we have to assign it. Who does it belong to? Oh dear. Unless we're just saying it belongs to you now that you've got it. No. Who does it belong to? Well, to the Navy? So maybe I still need those other people's names. I mean, you had it. No, it doesn't belong to you. It was on the ship. Maybe it belongs to Lucas Sterling. It does, okay. I mean, yeah, sure, he was on the ship, and he did say that he was helping with the research. It seems like a bit of a jump for me to say that it belongs to him, but okay. Okay, but now we can follow that, but it's not going to be here, it's going to be elsewhere. When did you get it? You got it here. So it's only 2 scenes where we could even follow it. And it doesn't do anything in either of those scenes? I'm so confused. It was here you've picked it up? Yes. Can I somehow... because you've picked it up here. When did What's-His-Face get it? On the... Yeah, I understand. And this is going to lead to their names. Okay, now I understand. Lucas's boat. Oh no, but we're done with Lucas's boat. So you found it here. I was thinking like, oh, okay, we'd use it on an earlier thing here. We can't, right? It's weird that's even letting me do stuff, actually. But they're all grey, so yeah, it shouldn't work. So yeah, so from then Lucas's boat to there. Sorry, from Lucas's boat to here. The shaman has it. What? Sorry, I'm still stuck. I can't believe that was clickable. I mean, I can believe it was clickable, but I can't believe it was clickable and did something different to what it did when it was clickable before. Okay, there's no reason why like the mist report would do anything here, right? No, of course not. Don't be silly. Have I missed anything else like that? Like a piece of text that's apparently clickable? Why have I been given this item if I can't follow it anywhere? You've got it with you, but then you're not here, and you're not here. I was hoping that would unblock things. I was like, aha, what that's going to mean is I can go back to the ship, look at that item in a different scene, and find out some information about those guys. But no, that's not what's happening. That's just not what's happening. What is happening then? They wouldn't match somebody else's copy of the same report, right? It has to be that specific one. Unless she like passes it to somebody who's like in the clubhouse, and then this also appears here. No, didn't really expect so. I also don't really get how there's events happening in the clubhouse, given that the clubhouse has exploded. But I guess that's something to figure out. Have I tried every item here? Nothing. I'm just brute forcing this bit because I'm lost. You may be here, but you don't. Oh wait, everybody's assigned. So there is a scene here, but everybody's assigned. So there's some way to find out those guys' names. That doesn't say anything. This doesn't say anything. They only arrived then. From the launchers. From the launchers. Does that mean... No, these are different ships. It's not from... What's his face's ship? Nope. I'm just clicking that because I want to make it grey. I just want to clear out all this stuff so I know what I'm looking at. Yeah. So that hour's done, right? Yeah. Get anything new here, right? No. Wait, how do I now get to the thing? How do I get to the view, the eye view? Huh? I'm super confused. I can't get to the eye view anymore. I mean, what happens when you click on this? Yeah, it's like a new thing, a new map, okay. So we'll get locations along this route, this journey. I mean, is it possible that like I learned the officers' names from this story and they apply to the other one? That would be very odd. Like you saying I can't complete this one until I've done the other one? It can't be that. That wouldn't make any sense. So I don't get how I make any progress here. Everybody's assigned for every other thing. I've got 2 items that are not helping me. I can't go anywhere with them. For some reason you've, well, not vanished, but you're like with other people whose names I don't have. I don't have any mechanism for getting their names other than just finding scenes, but I can't find scenes. I'm stuck. This is annoying, an annoying place to get stuck. I wanted to wrap up. What can I do? What actions do I have? I've like done everything. What actions do I have? Two. Got Asia's body. Does Asia have anything on her at the moment? I don't think so. And this other item's not here, right? This one. No. Just this. This is a web-based game, isn't it? Oh, I don't know what to do. All the items I've got don't lead to anything. The missed report, I can't... The location where I would expect to be able to learn something about it, I can't learn anything about it. Unless like it's like something interesting happens with it around here, like somebody comes here during this time. That would be random, but okay, that was worth checking. There's nothing there. Is there anything else here? I mean, there's that. That might be the only one though. Probably the only one. Yeah. Okay. But I don't have your name. And I can't do this. I'm not sure you're even there because you've headed back down the hill. I think you're here, but this doesn't show up anything. This doesn't show up anything. Neither is this, neither is this, and neither is this. There's going to be some annoying interaction I just don't know about, or I do know about that I've missed, or something else. There are hints. Maybe I should take a hint. I forgot there were hints. I might actually take a hint. Because like otherwise, I think the other thing I'm considering is just like going to Discord and asking people what to do next. Show hints. Do you have other hints? I guess I'm going to Discord instead. Alright, I'm not actually stopping here, but I mean, I'm stopping in real life, but the video will continue just after I've gotten a nudge about what to even do at this point, because I'm confused. Alright, I'm back. So, apparently there's a location that I don't have called the command post, so I must just need to click on something somewhere. Miranda, Cynthia Seville. Normally they're blue, right? If I need to click on them. Isn't this the only time we've seen them? Where do I get command post from? Command post. Command post. What's the thing I've done here? Is it this? Yes, this. Plantation. Nothing clickable here. Isn't there another blue scene we've got? Yeah, this one. The lighter. Nothing about a command post. These are the only two that have got the red things on them. From the launchers. Command post. Am I just not seeing it somewhere? There's the one there. There's the two here. Command post. I just got a reply actually. Let's see. I don't remember how you get it. Command post. I mean, that's the trouble, isn't it? Now I'm looking for command post, but maybe I'm supposed to do something else that gets me the command post? Nothing clickable on here, right? No. Command post. Like, I don't understand how that could even be mentioned other than through them arriving, right? Like, they start arriving around here. Well, they haven't arrived yet. No, they have here. A commander. That's not clickable. I mean, it's clickable, but it doesn't do the thing I wanted to do. How do I get the command post? There's no reason this would be here. There's no reason this would be here. No reason this would be here. Veranda. Is there something else here that... I'm just going to click on everything. I've probably already done this. This doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Yep. There's no reason the misreport would be here. Like, do I get it through another conversation with these people somehow? Command post. We don't have it, right? Did I click it at some point and didn't realize? Command post, no. As far as I can tell. Have we tried the lighter everywhere? I think I've tried the lighter everywhere. I mean, I tried it at least in those places we just clicked on. The lighter gave us this one, but there's no command post here. Apparently there's a scene here, but I mean, is there an item left behind? I don't remember, so I'm just going to click on everything. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And you're presumably not here. No. Where do I get this command post from? It can't come from an earlier thing at all because, well, we don't have any people to assign. Unless there's like an item that's at one of those locations for some reason. The mist report was on What's-His-Face's body in the jungle entrance, and we've cleared that out. Okay, so it's not that. The pearl was just in your pocket, seemingly. The lighter was in the study. What's-His-Face's body. Study, 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 where are you? Here. That's like mostly filled out. Yeah, like around your death it's filled out, so... The lighter I can't follow. What the heck can I follow? The croquet mallet was definitely left in the veranda, right? No, not. Something was left somewhere. Oh, this is just pixel hunting. I mean, why would that do anything? It wouldn't. Just clicking randomly, I guess. Where was the thing left? Where was, what's his face? It was Luke, not Luke Sterling, the other guy. Study? Yes. You drop it here. Somewhere. Yep, it's here. In the study. The study is done, isn't it? Yes, the study is done, so we're not following the croquet mallet. What are we following? Apologies, I had to step away for a second. Okay, how do I find this command post? Is it mentioned somewhere that I just haven't... Do I click through every scene? Oh, I can't do that. How come the hints doesn't, like, know that this could be a thing that I'd be stuck on? I can't click on every scene. It'll take me forever. It's not possible for, like, things in here to have locations on them, right? Exclude beach, final report. That just does the credits. Croquet lawn. That's still blue, even though I've clicked on it. So that makes things even worse. Because I don't know. So it is possible for locations to be in these things. That is worth keeping in mind. Is it possible for locations to be in these things? Probably not. I've read them all anyway, and there wasn't anything of a different colour at least. I honestly might just Google for like what to do. Are there hints on the... Okay, I'm gonna search Red Pills of Borneo command post. Not that that will necessarily give me the answer. Oh. Red Pills of Borneo command, unless somebody's written like a full thing, like walkthrough. Then there's anything. Less, hold on. So Red Pills of Borneo on Steam Community Hub. Can I search within here? Yeah. I don't know if I can. I might have to leave this again and just wait for another hint from somebody. I've probably just not clicked on something somewhere. It'd be good if there was like a, oh, you've not clicked on things in the scene kind of icon. I don't understand when it possibly could have come up. Because they've only just shown up. We've tried to follow the lighter everywhere, it didn't show anything. We've tried to follow the mist report everywhere, it didn't show anything. The pearl everywhere, it didn't show anything. We know where all the scenes are, because we've just tried everything everywhere, but the lighter doesn't show up in any of these. No, weirdly. Or here. Oh, this doesn't show up here. No. Command post. Does not say command post in here. Command post. Navy officer. Veranda. Doesn't say command post anywhere. Here? Doesn't say command post anywhere. Here? This? Doesn't say command post anywhere. What the heck do I do? Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna wait for another nudge from somebody. Okay, back when I've got a nudge. Alright. Welp, okay. So, it turns out that apparently I have actually solved everything I can solve in the base game. I have to go to the journey and do stuff here to be able to resolve stuff. Like, clearly what's going to happen is the journey is going to give me these characters that are the officers or whatever, and then you can fill in this other stuff. I'm so anti this decision. It's awful. The journey is like the DLC of the game, and it's affected the base game in a way that's made it not clear that you can't actually complete the base game without doing some of the DLC. What the heck? And like, how am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that? Like take The Root Trees Are Dead, for example. It also has a base game and DLC, but you can absolutely 100% complete the base game before you move on to the DLC. And the reason why you would never do it the other way is that it's important to know what the bounds of the puzzle are, like what information you've got, and whether you're missing any information or whatever. As far as I'm aware at this point, like, I seem to have all the information that I'm supposed to get. And I've got these things that I'm supposed to be figuring out. Here's the puzzle, here's all my information. And clearly the bounds are, there's this main game and then there's this DLC that's unlocked by having... Did I have to look at the credits for that? I can't remember. I think I had to discover that was just here. Even though nothing told me to come here, and I rarely click on this screen, ever. But clicking that unlocked that other thing, but it was like, well, it's the DLC, I know it's the DLC. It's also structured just like a base game and DLC. But then apparently this is like also part of the DLC in a way, without there being any like indication that that's the case. So, okay, I guess I'm like kind of okay with the concept of blending the two together, as long as the bounds are drawn in some other way. Like, I don't mean visually drawn in, but like it could be the character explaining that, oh, you've done everything there is to see in the base game. Everything else is for the DLC, the journey or whatever. Or it could be, or it could be the hints saying like, oh, actually, I'd rather it be outside the hints, because like hints should be like a last resort, right? Whereas this shouldn't be a thing that you go to at last resort. It should be the game is just very explicitly telling you you're done with the base game. You need to do the journey, and I don't think it had that. And honestly, sure, while I'm fine in principle with blending the two together, I think it's going to be infinitely clearer if this timeline is the base game and the other timeline is the DLC, assuming there is another timeline. Or maybe there's not. Maybe it just adds more time onto this timeline. I don't know. So I think what was implied to me is that if I go to here and then here, so we'll see. How deep am I going to have to get into this? The open water between Borneo and the mainland. Like, my plan was just to wrap up there and like come back to this. So this is a different day? We've got the same toggle thing. Yeah, I think it's a different day. December 17th. When was this? Yeah, so this is the next day. Okay, so it probably just continues on. It was implied to me that I can follow... I mean, I guess I'm going to have to assume it's these three that are here? No. Wait, what time has it put me on? Oh, these are different dates. So I guess this is like... Yes, this is just leaving. Why does it put me on this time? I see, it's a different date, so we're going day by day. These are going to be very long bits of text, right? Okay, so they're here. Okay, everything there is to see in this location. Is there just going to be one thing per location? Is there... I'm just going to quickly look for like, is there a mention of the Singapore? This next location, I guess. No mention of a command post, was it? Maybe that comes up in Singapore. Let's do a little bit of this then, I guess. Sears calm, but the deck of the launch is slick with blood. Rose Goodwill is in a cabin with a bucket of water and somewhat clean rag, cleaning up Loon Goodwill, who's finally stopped crying. There now, Loon, you're looking quite yourself again, though I'm sure I don't know what's to be done with your hair. It's positively unruly. Matters not, just leave it be. I only wish to curl up and sleep forever. Though I am frightfully peckish, I find I'm pining for Asia's kachang and the kerapok, and I would give anything for a savoury right now. Rose Goodwill smiles wearily. I too, my dear, I too. There's a knock on the cabin door. Ladies, I shall require your assistance on deck shortly. Oh, and Rose, I found the scissors you requested. And for you, Loon, I've managed to forage some salt beef and a few ship's biscuits. Loon Goodwill pulls a face. Come now, young lady. We can't be choosy. Loon Goodwill reluctantly accepts the ration and begins to chew the leathery beef with a look of grim resignation. Rose Goodwill uses the scissors and begins to hack at the hem of her silk gown, shortening the Parisian finery into something more serviceable for a life at sea. They step onto the deck to face the rotting bodies. Lucas Sterling drags the body of a British sailor to the rail. Loon Goodwill and Rose Goodwill struggle with the dead weight of an Imperial Japanese soldier. Okay. Oh wait, don't just heave them over. Get their belts, boots, timepieces, and anything else of value on them. Lucas, that's positively ghoulish. It's survival, Loon. We have nothing. No coins, no credentials. The world is on fire. I must say, this is a rather rum way to spend the week before Christmas. There's something. We'll have yen. The Japanese, I guess. Perhaps even a bit of bullion. The sailors may have a few sovereigns or Straits dollars in their pockets. And sidearms, too. We trade all of it for clothes, food, and passage to Europe when we reach Singapore in a couple of days. Sickened but resigned, they strip the dead of their valuables before committing them to the deep. I'm really just trying to get to the thing that apparently will give me another location. Apparently it's not too deep into it. How not too deep is not too deep? Malacca Strait. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I should just finish where I was. There's nothing else to click here. I mean, well, it's here. It's the next place, but is it 1 day away or 2 days away? Ooh. The Gibraltar of the East is now in chaos. Morning tide. So they leave tomorrow, but like, how long does it take to get there? Should we just assume it's tomorrow? It is tomorrow. Soldiers, soldiers, say something, say something, say something, say something. They're not saying anything. British soldier. What was the item that's like available? Biohazard sample. That's on Cynthia. Isn't it? Or did maybe somebody else took it? I don't remember. What would the next location be? I mean, I'm clearly not reading things properly because I'm trying to wrap things up. Yeah. So I guess Cynthia's gonna show up at some point, but well, I mean, where were they on the day before? I guess there's something I can do. Well, not at Singapore yet, but not here either. Wait, hold on. Oh, I mean, I did that by accident. So apparently we weren't at Malacca Strait yet. Now we are. Does he say something about a command post? For the causeway bridge? Say anything about a command post? I don't think they do. Okay, I think I just have to leave this. This is not a way to end this. I don't think. Seems like they're kind of in each place for 2 turns. I was hoping to wrap up the main game. Still don't see any locations either. So are we still here? Just filling it all in. Oh, everything's filled in here. Next location. Oh no, this is not how this is supposed to go. Oh, I guess I didn't really read that. I mean, not that I've been reading much at all. Something about Colombo. Where was that? Where's it gone? I can't see it anymore. It was here, right? Or was it somewhere else? Oh, sorry, it was here. Soon arrive. I'm not taking in any of the story because I'm just trying to find this location. I mean, maybe it just takes them a couple of days to get there? Nope. Wait, so Singapore's not done either. Right, so because like Cynthia will be following, I guess. How long? Well, I can see what's going on here. Lucas and Rose doing their thing. So it's not here. Or it is and Cynthia shows up or something. Wait, what's happened to Loon in the previous one? Wait, no, sorry. Rose in the previous one. Has Rose died? Rose. Wait, it's Rose and Lucas. Wait, Rose and... Oh, okay, yeah, Rose. What's happened to Loon then? Where's Loon? Finally succumbed to a heavy seasick sleep, so she's just asleep. Okay. Okay. Wah. Oh, I should be reading it. I think we just end the game. This is silly. Okay. That was a weird way to end this, but okay. I had a very rough time at the start of this game. Very rough time. For like the first 2.5 hours or something like that. It then gradually like picked up. I was like, yes, this is good. The story got interesting. There were a couple of hitches along the way, but mostly like I was finding the story interesting, and I was finding some of the deductions interesting. I thought the bit with the shaman was really cool. I thought that was done super well. And it was cool to have that. I wish that had been the end of what I was doing. Because that was a high note of the whole thing. I mean, it didn't have much of a twist to it. I felt like there should have been more of an interesting, like, oh, look, there's a revelation. Now that we've seen what the shaman's seen, we know something. But we didn't really. We already knew the pearls were not really bad. We just learned it was rust. That's not really much of a twist. And then this bit with the whole DLC. It's just, I don't know, it's made this last part not feel good. There's definitely a super cool game in this. There's just a bunch of problems, I think. And it's been cool to see the UI improving, and the UI has improved a lot, and lots of good changes have been made. But it really feels like there's definitely more to do with the UI, which I guess could be done for a sequel or next game or whatever. Now the trouble is, am I even interested in coming back to do this? Now that I've done this thing where like I could do. I just don't know when. I definitely need a break. I especially needed, like, the funny thing is my need for a break was caused by the DLC existing. The DLC existing made this last part of the game a bit like exhausting, and like I don't know what to do. I'm not even sure what actions I have, etc. And then that made me go, okay, in which case I'll stop after the main game. I just have to finish the main game first. And then I couldn't finish the main game because the DLC had to be played. Anyway, there's also just a bunch of other awkward things like that whole thing with the mist report, how when you click it in one place you get a document and you click it in another place you get an item. What? And as I've mentioned before, the systems have weird like fuzziness to them that makes it hard to know, once again, like what the bounds of the puzzle are in a lot of cases. There was some stuff that felt like I needed to guess, where I felt like there should have been more clues. Especially near the beginning when it was to do with like how people looked, that felt really rough. That was the biggest contribution to like why the beginning of the game didn't go well for me. But there's a really compelling story here, and it was cool. And as it was all ramping up, that felt good to be resolving that. There were some elements of the writing that were a bit rough. Like there was a lot of like characters very suddenly being like, okay, I'm gonna go do this other thing after some traumatic things just happened or whatever, or like people using words that felt, or even the narration using words that felt a bit like, well, there were a couple of examples where it was like, somebody like stopped dead in their tracks when there was somebody dead in the scene. Like, there's something awkward about that wording. But those are like minor things. But yeah, it's just like slight things in the writing that maybe go, that could have done with an editor's note or something. And yeah, I guess there's the thing with the hours and how long things take. It feels a bit rough in certain places. I'm not sure what the fix is for that. Like, I get that it's the format of the games to like be having this like timeline that we're filling in where everything's an hour long, but maybe there's some way to make it clear like when a sequence of events is happening within the hour. The trouble is, I think you then have to rewrite the story in a bunch of ways, because there are times when it was clearly meant to be that like 1 hour went straight to the next one, but there's no way enough stuff was happening in an hour. I guess another option is to shorten the time spans, make it 20 minutes or 15 minutes for each one, and just have like a shorter timeline. I don't know. Anyway, I don't need to go over everything, but like, yeah, there's like a really cool game in here. And I fully expect the developer to make something like amazing as a future game, possibly the sequel to this or something else. Yeah, like there's something super. There's a lot of potential here, and I also do appreciate how experimental it was. Although I've not played Type Help, so I don't know how much this is taking things from Type Help, but I think there's a lot of experimental stuff here, which I can appreciate trying. It just feels like there are certain things that shouldn't have gotten past the like idea stage, like making the DLC affect the base game. Why? Anyway, we'll leave it there. I enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed a bunch of the like deductions and figuring out where people were and all that kind of stuff. I guess it did also feel like, okay, so yeah, here's another thing I would say that I would want to, that is, I guess, makes this game, like, this game is most interesting because of its story, not necessarily because of its puzzles. There was a lot of room to do more interesting stuff with the puzzles, but it didn't. Like, the puzzle is, and to be clear, I'm not saying layer on other puzzles. The puzzle is finding where people are, what locations they're in, at what times. That's the puzzle, but there's definitely room for doing other interesting ways of deducing that kind of stuff. Like, you know, there could be, this is just a contrived example, but like, let's say we know that somebody's been near the railway and has stepped in oil, and then somebody sees like footprints in another location, and then that makes us go, oh, so it must have been that person that was going through the space at the previous hour, therefore I'm going to say that that person was there. Like, that's like one way you could do like a kind of multi-step deduction, whereas a lot of it was just like, I'm going to go to the guest house. So they're in the guest house. So yeah, there was definitely room to like flesh out the deductions that you were making. There were a few interesting ones in there, but like there could have been a lot more, I think. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. The freaking ending. Yeah, I may or may not come back for the post game. I guess there's going to be a sequel. I'm kind of interested in seeing that, and so I don't want to play the sequel without playing the post game. So if I do play the sequel, I'll play the post game first, but we'll see. All right, I'll see you for whatever game I'm playing this. I'm guessing this video was super long. I guess so. Apologies for that. But anyway, whatever. See you next time, folks. Goodbye.